everyone, so in this video I thought I'd talk to you a little bit about how I got into the dolls and why I'm so passionate about them. So I've been a collector now for 37 years. I'm absolutely obsessed by doll collecting. They do say that it's like a disease of the British people, that we get addicted to collecting them, and when you get one you just can't stop. So my very first dolls, which were sort of like your Zaf Creation dolls and your play babies, I was never really into. My mother always bought me some beautiful dolls for birthdays and Christmas, Silver Cross prams, the latest things, but you know, I'd just open the box, I'd look at them and I'd think, yeah, that's really nice, but I just want to keep it special. So I was really never into the playing, the feeding, the changing of them, like I know a lot of you are out there and get so much pleasure from doing that. And a lot of people say to me, oh, why do you love dolls so much? And I'm not really sure why I love them. I just feel they're a massive part of social history and the way that the doll has evolved during the time. And I collect all dolls right back to like 1840 to present day. So today I thought I'd let you into a few of my little secrets and where I find the dolls and how I collect them, store them and keep them, and show you just some little bits of my collection. So when I was 8 years of age, it was Christmas that year, and my mother gave me this beautifully wrapped present, and I was very excited to open it, thinking it'd be something from like a toy store or books or something like that. And when I opened it, it was the most beautiful little antique doll. I was so charmed by this. I burst into tears and I just couldn't believe what I was looking at. So this was a doll like I hadn't really had before, and here she is. She's still one of my little prized possessions. So when I was 8, my mother bought me this beautiful doll, and I absolutely treasured her and still do today. The shop that this was bought from was an antique shop in the centre of York, and this shop was quite a high value shop, and apparently my mother had seen it in the window and fallen in love with it. And I mean, it is 37 years ago and it was £300, and that was a lot of money then for something that looked so small. And really, although she's a very nice manufacturer, she isn't like one of the top manufacturers out there of that time. And the ironic thing is that this doll was bought when I was 8, and when I was 18 I actually bought the shop. So that became my first shop, and I just think that this doll means such a lot to me because it really set me on the path of retail and everything that I've evolved to be. And the shop itself was a fashion shop. I set up a fashion shop called Vogue. I've probably got some photos of it somewhere. It was quite glitzy, it was a little bit out there, lots of evening wear and lots of bling and all the things of sort of the early 90s, and it was very successful. But one season I decided to use some actual dolls as props, and these were very beautiful dolls by an artist called Philip Heath. So a lot of you out there who are collectors will know that he was one of the most recognised English artists, and he worked for a German company producing dolls from around the world. And this was a pair of Thai children. They were absolutely haunting. They had black hair and these white dresses, and I used them in one of my window displays. And honestly, the people that came in wanting those dolls. So one day I rang my mother, who had the shop round the corner. At that point she was selling antique dolls and antique furniture and things, and I was like, oh, do you fancy putting this business together and making it something really good? That's what we did. We put the businesses together and made it something really good and exciting, and really the rest is history. You know, we've continued to develop into these wonderful shops that we just absolutely love, and celebrating 40 years last year and 21 years in Leeds. So my own personal collection just went from strength to strength. And really then I decided to like save every penny I had, and I would always look for the next model. So there's a couple of other little bits here that I've just brought along to show you. These are old, really old antique dolls from about 1910. So this is by one of the most common manufacturers, Armand Marseille, and it's all original. So this piece I actually found in Europe. So I like to source all over the world special pieces for my collection. And my favourite really are the French fashion dolls and the German character dolls, and these are quite rare and very hard to find, so when I see the right one, it's a must. I really have to somehow find a way of purchasing it. So I'm very excited. I've been to many wonderful shows lately in Germany and this week to Paris to also look for beautiful vintage dolls that are very rare, and even though I can't always afford them, it's just wonderful to look at them and see some beautiful examples that really you would only see in books. So it's very exciting. My job does take me a long way. And there's another little one I just brought here, and this again is just a little sweet German dolly, all original. You can see how lovely she is. So I'm really passionate about these dolls. So I also collect modern contemporary artist dolls, and one of my favourite artists, and an artist I've known a long time, is the wonderful Dutch artist Nell de Man. Now Nell has become a dear friend of ours, and this is one of her little clay babies. So these are all hand sculpted. Everyone is totally unique. They're all one-of-a-kind dolls. And that's really how the reborns start. They start out as a clay sculpt, and then they become moulded and then poured into the vinyl, so lots of people can paint them and produce them as reborn babies. But this is an original art piece. So I love Nell, and she makes wonderful little characters. I have quite a lot of her babies in my collection, and there's no two that are really the same. So they're lovely. I'm also a big fan of Barbie dolls. I absolutely love Barbie dolls, and I'm very fortunate to own one of the pre-Barbies, which is called the Build Lily. So this is where the Barbie sort of came from, and the transition from the Build Lily to the Barbie. So this one here is a Silkstone Barbie, and the face is based sort of on the early 59 Barbies, but they bring out the Silkstones every year, limited edition collections. And I do have a lot of these in my collection, and some of them I've had signed by the artists or the designers of the outfit, so it's always nice to look for the rare piece. I also surf the internet looking for different unique models and things that I haven't got, and also investment pieces. And you know, a piece like this could hit the market at like £60–70, and when they sell out the year after, you can be looking at sort of 90, 100, 130, depending on who's looking for them on the market. So they're a nice little investment piece too if you want to start collecting. The Barbie dolls and the limited ones are always a really good thing to look for. And like anything, if you keep it in its box and keep it really nice, there's always a collector out there that's willing to take it off your hands. So over 35 years I have amassed a very, very large collection of dolls. I think I've lost count now of how many dolls I actually have in my collection. But I won't continue, and even though I have a little girl now that's 2, a lot of people said to me, oh, now you have a real one, you won't want to collect dolls anymore. And I was like, are you joking? Now I've got her and a little girl too. We go crazy collecting dolls. She's even got her own collection already. So mummy's out there buying dolls like crazy, and also I can use her as an excuse to add to my collection, so it's all good from my end. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed this video and a little insight into my collection, and maybe in other videos in the future I'll tell you and show you some more things that I love collecting, because it's not just dolls that I collect. Thank you for watching.